Hey everybody, Chris here. Welcome on a Friday afternoon, evening, or whatever it is for you, wherever you are in the world. Welcome, Chris Pax here. We are looking at Dogecoin up over 11 cents. Good trading day for crypto overall and Doge especially. And in stocks was MicroStrategy today, just going huge. And we'll talk a little bit about that as well here in this live stream. If you are here live, welcome. This is a good day. We like good days. Things are in the green. I know we got a lot of recovery to do because there was these huge dips here. We got a long ways to go, but it's a start. Good green days. They're good. If you're watching this on the video replay, you weren't here for the live stream where you can put your own questions and comments in the chat. We interact live, but you can always leave a comment below if you so desire. So let's get into it. How's everybody doing? Let me drop down here in the corner because the chart looks so good today. Up and to the right. We like that, right? This way. Up and to the right. Up and to the right. We like that. So that's good. Doge is, we'll see if we can maintain 11 cents because, again, we want to start hitting higher lows and then higher highs as we go through October. Yes, October. October is back. October back. So this is what we've got on the charts. What is going on? Well, first, let's look at crypto market overall. October hopes are rekindled. Yes. We got a little bit of that, but also China stimulus, that's back. Looks like they're going to be injecting another $274 billion worth in fiscal stimulus, which is always kind of propels crypto, even though crypto's still kind of banned in China, but not. It's very strange. I don't totally understand it as well, but when you get news like this, crypto tends to pump up. So we had Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies pretty much all recovering. So China's economic recovery plan could have implications for the crypto market. Large-scale fiscal interventions could stimulate global demand for riskier assets, including cryptocurrencies. So that's what we have to begin. And then we've got this Mt. Gox news. Everyone was all afraid that all of this Bitcoin from Mt. Gox was going to get distributed. And that was supposed to start happening in the summer. And we thought some of it was actually moving, and now it says that they have another full year to repay billions of dollars in Bitcoin. Full year. And with that full year, that means it all just kind of gets postponed a bit. Although some of it has already happened, because there were a lot of accounts on X Twitter that were reporting getting Bitcoin from Mt. Gox. So some was, some wasn't, but anything like that, I mean, we think that there will be some number of people who finally get their hands on Bitcoin after 9 or 10 years may just sell it because the price is so much higher now than it was before. And that was the fear, right? But we had Bitcoin's price going down because of that fear in the summer. And now Bitcoin price is just going right back up. That's the reaction to news like this. Who knows? But analysts eye October, yes, October rally if Bitcoin stays above 60,000. So, yes, Bitcoin is now up over 63,000. And we had another account that was basically saying, I think it was him as well, who was basically saying, look, we're not going to see Bitcoin in the 50s again. This should be it. Bitcoin is now moving and taking out a lot of shorts. Could we see another huge dip to take out more leveraged longs? Probably not. Probably some shorter ones, because you've got some leverage positions being created in this range here over the past couple days, and we may see some dips to take some of that out. Looking at the Bitcoin chart, Bitcoin just 62.9 now. So we may see a little bit of retracement here to take some of that new leverage out. So we'll be watching for that, as Doge will probably start settling a little bit as well. Overall, though, it's got the stock market going up, S&P 500 at all-time highs, MicroStrategy going crazy, CleanSpark, other crypto-related stocks all up 9, 10, 15% for MicroStrategy, just crazy. Great day for that. But not Tesla. No, not Tesla. So we had the Robotaxi, right, or cybercab event with a robovan or robovan, as Elon called it, and a bunch of Tesla Optimus robots walking around. Sort of looked kind of like the future, all on these stage sets at Warner Brothers, which was kind of cool. They took over all of these stage set blocks and had the robotaxis driving around and the new robovan prototype and a bunch of Optimus robots around. And it was just like, that's kind of cool. But investors did not like Tesla. And as I tweeted this morning, it's like Tesla just gets pounded after each of these events. And it doesn't surprise me that, after every big Tesla event, the Tesla stock gets shorted to hell, but then after a while goes on a bigger run. We'll probably see $300 a share soon, but from going from 240 all the way down below 220 after this, and I have a chunk of Tesla stock, so a little bit down on that, but my MicroStrategy stock is way up and my DJT stock is way up with all of this hype about Trump and whether he's going to win presidency or not. So there's a lot of that going on. So overall, my portfolio is looking pretty good. Swing trading Meggle still, and and then my long-standing Apple stock up as well. So that's what's going on there. But what about Dogecoin and Tesla? Is Tesla really going to accept Dogecoin for payments? Is it going to accept Dogecoin for payments for cars, for rides in a cyber cab? That would be cool. But there's really no real talk of it. There was the scene, and I showed the scene in my video this morning. If you didn't see that video, watch that, because I showed the video of this and what this looked like from the inside of the cyber cab. There's a Shiba Inu pup sitting in the front seat. I wonder if that was Floki, the real Floki, Elon's dog, or whether it was some other sheep that was in there. But right at the time they showed this scene, Elon, in his voiceover, said something about payments. And it was like, wait, did Elon just say we can buy a Tesla Cybercab with Dogecoin? Because he said, you'll be able to buy one right when they showed that scene. So, I mean, these are the kind of things Elon does, just little winks and nods, I think, still to the Dogecoin community. So I'll stick with that, but it was pretty cool. And of course, Doge's price is up, so we can say it's because of this, or we can say it's just Bitcoin and the overall crypto market going up as well. But when Doge is up over 6%, you're like, 6%, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for the day. I mean, we look at the crypto bubbles and we're like, yeah, I mean, everything's in the green. But here's Doge here, 6.2% up for the day. This Hex is like going up and down. I don't know who's into that here, but that's pretty crazy. But yeah, green pretty much across the board. Sui making a big run back. Sheep up 8%. So a lot of green. Elon Musk unveils the Robotaxi. Why is the Dogecoin community excited? I showed the video as well this morning of Elon actually getting into the Robotaxi and the Robotaxi driving away. So that was pretty cool. But aside from that, that's it really for the Doge news today. I mean, there was a lot of trading going on. There's a lot of swing trading going on with Doge. And this metric here shows the current traders, and Dogecoin over the last 7 days has 110,000 traders buying and selling Doge. Sheep has 23,000, less than a quarter of the number that are trading Doge. Pepe even less, and then you got a bunch of other smaller memes trading even less. So a lot of heavy trading on Dogecoin going on right now. Dogecoin network usage spikes 120%. So I think a lot of it was last night during the Tesla Robotaxi Cybercab event. There was just a lot of trading of Doge. So that's our Doge news that we have. And the jump that there was in Dogecoin's price last night and into today is pretty decent for recovery. And we'll look at the charts in more detail in a little bit. But yeah, 6 to 7% gain in Doge. But we look at over the last years and Tesla's involvement with Dogecoin. Of course, we did have in 2021, Tesla started to accept Bitcoin as payment for cars. I think that happened like February, March timeframe. And then in May, they stopped it because Elon was getting a lot of heat from environmentalists, right? Saying you're making this electric car, but yet you're accepting this Bitcoin, which the mining uses so much energy and is bad for the environment. And Elon just accepted that and said, once Bitcoin is more environmentally friendly on the mining side, he'd consider opening that back up and accepting Bitcoin again. And that hasn't happened. And many people have been showing how dedicated the large Bitcoin mining operations are in using renewable energy and doing reheat coils and all sorts of things in their buildings to make mining Bitcoin more energy efficient. And Elon hasn't done anything about that yet. Maybe he's waiting for some huge thing, some huge event when the time is right. I don't know. But first we had the Tesla merchandise acceptance for Dogecoin. That happened in January of 2022. Tesla started accepting Dogecoin for select merchandise, which immediately led to a Dogecoin rally of over 20%. And I bought my cyber whistle. So I got the cyber whistle here back in 2022 with Doge, when it was just people were buying stuff from the belt buckles to cups, and I got the whistle. So that was pretty cool. All for Doge, just straight Doge wallet-to-wallet transaction worked great. So that was the start. And then in October 22, when Elon bought Twitter, huge spike in the price of Dogecoin. And a lot of speculation about whether Doge would be integrated into Twitter. We didn't know he was going to change the name to X at the time, but there was some conversations about like Doge as some kind of payment system in Twitter, and Elon seemed open to the idea. That seems so long ago now, 2 years ago. We had Tesla's Investor Day in March 2023, where Dogecoin was rallying again. And then again in March 2024 at a Giga Berlin Q&A session, someone asked him about supporting Dogecoin, and he said, yes, I will still continue to support Dogecoin. So that's still out there. And then Dogecoin payments reintroduction, he affirmed that Tesla would bring back Dogecoin payments for merchandise, but it just hasn't happened yet. That came after his legal victory in that Dogecoin-related lawsuit, which essentially the lawsuit got dropped. And now it looks like the people who bought that lawsuit need to pay Elon's lawyers. So we'll see how that plays out. But so that's kind of the history. And now we've got this, what's going on with Doge, and is it going to be part of this Robotaxi cybercab thing? What is going to happen? So we have to continue to wait. Unfortunately, we have to continue to wait and see what happens. So Doge is still holding well at 1108 here. So yeah, we'll see how Doge performs here during the live stream, and then look forward to the weekend. We'll talk about that in a little bit. In other news, XRP, the so-called stable coin, I mean, everything is up 6%. XRP is up 2%. Because it's a stable coin. But there was this news about Kriss Larson donating $1 million in XRP tokens to Kamala Harris. So, I mean, they're calling it the first recorded cryptocurrency contribution to a US presidential campaign, which is totally wrong because we already had RFK Jr. and Donald Trump accepting crypto payments for contributions. So why would this article say that this is the first? Because XRP said it was, and they didn't do their research and say, wait a sec. there's already crypto contributions for US presidential campaigns that have already been done. And I think even Kamala Harris accepts crypto now too. So that was kind of weird. But my point on this all was Kriss Larson donating $1 million in XRP tokens. And my response to that on X Twitter was, yeah, he probably just minted $1 million more, $1 million more worth of XRP. Because that's what Ripple does. They just mint more tokens. XRP. I'm sorry if you guys are into XRP. I hope you're not in it too much because you're really losing out. It's the same price as it was like 5 years ago, like we showed. Up and down, but it's like you missed out on huge gains, Dogecoin, Bitcoin, and others, because you're sitting with this XRP stuff, hoping that XRP goes back up to $3 magically somehow. And I don't see that happening. But that's my thing on XRP. And you guys, most of you guys already know how I feel about that. And then why they're supporting Kamala Harris, you can ask that question too. Like, why would they be supporting Harris if Harris is behind Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren and the anti-crypto army? And Ripple is in ongoing litigation with the SEC, yet the SEC under the Biden-Harris administration. So very strange. Why would Kriss Larson do that? Very strange. Meanwhile, MicroStrategy. So if any of you have MicroStrategy stock, huge day today, up 15, 16% today, just huge. And this Bitcoin bank endgame, what is that about? What is Michael Saylor's doing? Well, he's basically saying, look, we've got all this Bitcoin. We can essentially use this Bitcoin as a kind of bank. That's right. Not that he'll be lending out Bitcoin, but they can use that Bitcoin, right? The firm's strategy is not based on lending Bitcoin, but rather on borrowing capital at low rates and investing it in Bitcoin. So as we see the Fed drop the interest rates, we will see companies like MicroStrategy then borrow more money and buy more Bitcoin because Bitcoin is going to outperform the debt on the loan, which makes Bitcoin even more scarce and could drive the price even higher. This is why we're seeing price predictions for Bitcoin at 180,000, 200,000, up to 400,000, and by 2030, maybe up to $1 million per Bitcoin, is because it's going to be the digital gold, the store of value that not only is sitting there gaining in its worth, but also being used like this. I mean, who knows? We're still so early in this whole cryptocurrency thing. I mean, I think we're lucky. We're really lucky. And unless you're doing stuff you shouldn't do, like doing all these meme token degen trades and trading on leverage, which might get you one or two maybe short-term gains, but then if you keep doing it, you're eventually going to lose. We've seen it time and time again, and then people get behind and they try and catch back up by doing other very risky things and just get further and further behind, while those of us who are just DCAing, buying on the dips, we're making money. I mean, it's still risky, right? It is cryptocurrency. So it still is risky, but it's not as risky as those degens out there. So we have all of that going on. Just a lot going on. So how's everybody doing? Doge up over 11 cents. Good trading day today for Doge, up 6% on the day. Like Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin is now back over 63,000 here. So reclaiming 63,000 again for Bitcoin. And we will be watching and seeing how that trades over the weekend. I'll be live again Monday at 4 o'clock. So make sure that you're ready for my next live stream. But for now, we can turn our attention to the chat, what's going on in the chat, and do some AMA and have some fun as well, because it is a Friday. And time to relax a bit, especially with crypto in the green today. Yes, I know. We zoom out and we go, yeah, Chris, but we're still way down here, where just in July, we were up at 14 cents, and now we're only at 11. Well, it's a start. It's a start. It's a start. Big green candle for the day, which is good. So it's reversing that little secondary drop there. If you were able to grab some 10-cent Doge, good for you. Got some good Doge on the dip. And I foresee this going higher. Again, this white was my October price prediction. I did not predict us revisiting 10 cents. But that has happened. So Doge has. It is the possibility of catching back up to my white lines. So we will watch that. We will definitely be watching that. But for now, we'll keep it zoomed in here and see whether we can maintain 11 cents and maybe even go higher. All right. So what's going on in the news? Yeah, Matt was asking about a Kamala victory. And I'm like, I don't want to play that game. I mean, we look back in 2020, Biden beat Trump. And what happened in 2020? Crypto went crazy, right? Into 2021. So I don't think it matters. There might be some maybe short-term dip reaction. It'll turn back around. So I'm not worried about it. Happy Friday, Joe. As Proxy Demon says, exactly. It won't matter who wins. Bull cycle will still happen. So go Doge. Hey, KB, good to see you too. Doge heating up. October is here. Yes, Trip. Loving the Doge today. Not sure what will happen over the weekend. Yeah, I generally think in October here, after those dips we just had, Bitcoin up to 63K, I think we're going to have some good trading over the weekend. Not quite to the moon, Kevin, but the moon is whatever you want it to be, sure. But eventually we'll get there. A good day for Doge. Yes, Christian. The Tesla event was really cool. Yeah, this morning was watching a lot of the video clips from it, and Elon was certainly having a lot of fun with it. And all the planning that goes into that, I mean, that was quite a bit. Always a good show that Tesla puts on. Why Tesla stock dropped so much today, I don't get it. I guess investors want more immediate kind of focus on making profits now, as opposed to spending so much money on this technology that's still out there in the future a bit. But that's how you progress, right? I mean, that's how you get there and get those huge profits in the future, is by investing in new technology today and really pushing the limits, which Elon does with just about everything he does, which is why Tesla is so big today. But yeah, the Tesla stock took a big dip. Thank you, Danny. Favorite Doge News channel here. Happy Friday to you as well. Sure wish it would move without the backing of Elon. Yeah, but that's kind of where we are. And there's a lot of people who are investing in Dogecoin solely because Elon Musk is behind it. That's just the way it is. Dogecoin trades fine along with Bitcoin, but if we want Doge to really pump again, most likely it's going to be the backs on Elon. So yeah, XR poop, Ryan. Exactly. Exactly. A bribe, Jace? You think that Chris Larson is doing that? Could be. Trying to get the SEC to back off? Maybe. We'll see how that all plays out. The Model 2, yeah, that's interesting, Joshua. I thought there was going to be a Model 2, which was going to be a smaller car. But what he showed with that Cybercab, there was no steering wheel, fully autonomous, smaller car than the Model 3, and said you could buy one. So maybe it is. He's just not calling it. It's the Cybercab. Maybe he'll give another name for it eventually when it becomes something that you could buy. Yeah, that's what most big donations are. Exactly. Dogecoin, way better. Of course, JD. That's why we're here, having fun with Doge. Happy Friday, folks. Liking the slow, steady gains. I like the slow, steady gains because they don't get shorted back down so much. It's easier to maintain higher prices. That's what we've seen in Dogecoin's history. We get those huge rocket green candles up, and generally it just gets shorted right back down. So this is good. I'll take this. Reminder, hit the like button. Thank you, Proxy. Everybody, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. We're having fun on a Friday. Having fun. Folks bought on the dip. Loving those dips, right? Loving those dips. All right, Elon was saying that the Model 2 wasn't going to have a steering wheel. So maybe that is this car. Maybe that's what this is. Where's that picture? It wasn't in that one. It was in this one right here. So maybe this is also the Model 2. It's got the front like the Cybertruck has. It's just a two-seater. The Model X with the wing doors, people didn't really like them so much. So it's interesting that they're going with this kind of door for the vehicle, but hey, that's the future, right? That's the future. You'll buy it if it's available in Doge, right? If you can pay for it with Dogecoin, then there you go. The Model 2 Cybercab, always spoken of as the same vehicle during your time with Tesla. Oh, there you go. Well, there it is. Now there's real prototypes out there that were driving around the lot there last night. It was a cool video showing these cars driving around, Elon in one of them. But do you pay for a ride in a Cybercab with Doge? That's the question. Do you use Doge? And how will Dogecoin get incorporated? What's Tesla's future with Doge? Not only on merch, but for buying cars and use like that. I mean, they accept Dogecoin as payment for the Boring Company. You know, for the tunnel underneath Las Vegas, you can pay in Doge. So why not pay in Doge for Cybercab rides? that could be coming as well. Still probably got to wait until 2030. Yeah, with Elon's timelines, right? Yeah, if he says 2026, it's like, yeah, 2030. You'd like to use Doge to catch a ride? That'd be cool. Just do it all electronically, right on the app. Bloop, 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 Doge, wallet to wallet, done. And there you go. Off you go. Will there be some partnership with like Uber and Lyft or anything like that? I mean, Uber's price went up big today. Will there be some kind of partnerships there? That may introduce Uber to accepting Dogecoin as well, if it gets to that. Again, just a lot of conjecture. We don't know. But it's nice to think about a future where Doge gets used more and more as an actual currency. Like I showed in my video this morning, the difference between a bank, right? Going through a bank and then using Dogecoin. Yeah, you can use a credit card, but then there's those credit card fees that the vendor has to foot the bill on, which is why, unlike a lot of gas stations, you'll see two prices, right? You'll see a credit and a cash, because some gas stations are paying on that additional money they need to pay for those card fees. So there's a lot of gas stations around that there's two prices. There's a credit and a cash. Crypto would be cash, right? Because there's no fee on top. There's a small network fee, which with Doge is like so minimum. And the buyer ends up paying it. So if you're paying for $40 of gas, you're probably paying 5 cents maybe total on a $40 purchase. Not even on a Dogecoin network fee. It's even less than that. So that's nothing. So that's absolutely nothing. But yeah, that'd be cool if this thing showed up right in front of your house, your apartment, right? This thing shows up. There's nobody driving it. The doors open up. And you get in, the doors close, and off it goes. No steering wheel, no driver. That's pretty cool. Hey, Hector, crypto, it's going to break out after the Russell 2000 goes into expansion. I've got part of my retirement fund in the Russell, and it's doing great. Got Vanguard and Russell. The exciting thing is if you own a Tesla, you'll be able to have your car operating as a taxi when you aren't using it. We may all be able to receive Doge tips. So if your car's just sitting there idle, you can like turn it into a taxi and it just goes and drives around on its own, giving people rides. Interesting concept. That's cool though. Yeah, okay, Proxy. Kind of like Uber, but without the driver, right? Just using the car, because that's all you need. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So I wanted to show you the MicroStrategy stock today, up 15.95%, closing at 212. If we look at the year, this is highest for the year. In March, it was up here at the equivalent of $198, but that was pre-stock split. So it was actually $1,900. It never did get over $2,000. That's where it topped out. And then they had that stock split back here in August, which was a 10 for 1. Or actually 1 for 10, because I had 4 shares of MicroStrategy, and then it turned into 40 shares. And then I bought an additional 10 shares for 50 shares. So I've been riding that all the way up. That's pretty cool. Where does it? Yeah, well, according to this, that's its all-time high, except for, this crazy trading here for MicroStrategy back here. And that's in the year 2000. MicroStrategy did some big spike and came all the way back down. So it's not technically an all-time high, but there was some crazy spike in MicroStrategy stock back then. So not technically an all-time high, but at least within the last few years, well, you could say the last 20 years, it's the all-time high. Kind of expecting this to come back down a bit. Kind of overheated. But yet if Bitcoin just keeps going up, MicroStrategy will probably keep going up too. So interesting to watch that. And then there's other stocks related to cryptocurrency. What is CLSK, right? CleanSpark, which is Bitcoin mining. It's actually down quite a bit from 2018, of course, 2021. So there are some that I was seeing on X Twitter today. We're taking MicroStrategy profits and rolling them into CleanSpark because they think CleanSpark is at least going to double from here up to $20. From 10 to 20. Well, MicroStrategy now hitting essentially all-time highs at over $200 is going to have a really tough time getting to $400, where CleanSpark just getting to $20 where it just was back here in March and April could be an easy thing. So rotate your money from MicroStrategy into CleanSpark, have CleanSpark go on a run, and then flip it back into MicroStrategy. So I'm looking at doing something like that. That sounds like something worth doing. Just again, this is my stock side of my portfolio, and I do kind of have more fun with that. The Apple I keep, but the rest of the stuff I've been rotating a bit. And this might be something I'm looking at doing. Still in crypto. This would be on the mining side. Thinking about it. I have the weekend to think about it. And it's a long weekend because there's no stock trading on Monday for Indigenous Peoples Day, what we used to call Columbus Day, but we can't call it that anymore because of how Columbus and his crew treated the natives. So it's Indigenous Peoples Day, officially. Whatever. But there's no stock trading. However, crypto doesn't stop. Crypto doesn't stop. Keeps trading. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Crypto keeps trading, which is kind of why we love being involved in crypto, right? Because it doesn't stop. It just keeps trading. And you can make a lot of money over a weekend if crypto's pumping while the stock market's closed. You can also lose if it's dumping, which we've seen typically on some Sundays. Sunday nights haven't been so great. We see the big dumps happen. But we'll watch. Right now, I think it's been a good, steady day of gains here. Up 5-6%. And I think we're going to level out here for a bit. The MicroStrategy chart looks similar to Bitcoin. I just went technical. Yeah, just looking at stocks. I do have, before I was in crypto, I was really swing trading lots of stocks and was able to build up a nice little bag that then I dumped into crypto. But I still have some of that stock and I still invest more. My parents always told me never to take rides from strangers. They never said don't take rides from autonomous cars. Yeah, just don't tell them that you're getting into a car that has no steering wheel and no driver. No steering wheel and no driver. Yeah. Bitcoin, 62,992, not holding 63,000 yet. Not holding it yet. Solana up to 145, even Cardano back up over 35 cents. Sheep back over 17. It hit 18 earlier. Leveled off a bit. How about on my watch list? What, Avalanche, $27. That's a nice gain for Avalanche. Mutable X had gone up yesterday a bit, $1.49. Chainlink, just touching $11. Good for Chainlink. The Graph, 16 cents. Fetch up to $1.41. For those in AI play, this is the one that I own, is Fetch. Optimism's getting a lot of good press right now with their super, whatever it's called. Better than Arbitrum. And Jasmy trying to get back to 2 cents. Not quite there yet for Jasmy. Bitcoin dominance back up to 58% today as Bitcoin has outgained a lot of alts, just not Doge. Doge and Bitcoin are trading at about the same today. So we have that. We have that going on. And if you're looking at, are we going to see more dips? It's like, well, you had all last week to buy dips. Yesterday, Doge was down to 10.3, and then October 3rd, 10.2. So will there be another dip? Sure. There's always dips. It might not be as dippy as the dip we just had yesterday. But on a 4-hour chart, this is showing good, strong recovery, green candles, 6 green candles in a row. Now just leveling out a bit, but we could see this continue and we could be targeting 11.5 cents at least again, which what it was doing last Sunday before a Monday pullback started. Jace grabbed another 200,000 Doge at 10.4 cents, fully tapped out. Well, that 10.4, you're in the profit on it already. So that's a good buy. That was a good purchase right there. What's Dogecoin going to do? I've been showing that on different videos throughout the week, how different analysts have been charting Doge. And hope you guys have been enjoying that. I usually throw 1 or 2 of them in just about every video that I do. And looking at the 4-year cycles again, Doge is going to have a huge breakout. Again, I don't think it's going to happen in 2024. I think it's more going to be 2025. I know a lot of you are impatient, but that's what I think we're going to see. Doge can still do well from now through the end of the year. Will it get to 20 cents? Still my target. which is still almost double from here, which would be big. Again, Bitcoin at 63,000. If it doubles, it's at $126,000 a Bitcoin. And Doge at 22 cents would be double from here, which would be huge news for Bitcoin. For Doge, we'd be just like, yeah, 22 cents. That's where it was back in March. We were just there. Not a big deal. We want more. But the Bitcoin maxis will be going $120,000 a Bitcoin. Woohoo! That's going to be huge news. So we'll see how that plays out, but it's all in play. It's all in play. And if you're looking at this just from an investment point of view, again, I play some with stocks on the side, but a majority of my portfolio is all in on crypto for this bull run. That's where I am. And so far, I'm up pretty good. My overall portfolio, I was up much more last March because I'm really heavy into Doge. But if Doge goes back to 22 cents, plus all the gains that I've gotten in all of the other cryptos that have kind of outperformed Doge through the summer because they didn't drop as far, like Sui for one of them, I'm looking pretty good overall, and we'll be close to achieving my target, my goal. You got to have a goal, right? You got to have a goal. And I've got a big goal, and I can't wait. But I'm patient because I know, learned a lot over the past few years to be patient. It was tough. The summer of 2022, Doge dropped down to 4.9 cents. That was tough. That was really tough. Bear market. And then the end of the year when Bitcoin went down to 15.5, FTX had just collapsed. That was pretty bad. And that was after Luna, Celsius, Voyager. 2022 was a tough year. But at the end of 22, that's where I started investing back into crypto. I'm thinking March, April is when the God candles come. We'll probably see 10 to 15% pumps in between. Absolutely. That's what we had in 2021, were those big, huge green candles. Yes. Did you see Mt. Gox repayments have changed? Yes, we covered that. That was in this article right here. You weren't here for the beginning, right? I do my news at the beginning of my live streams. But yeah, I don't mind repeating it again. But yes. Again, as I said earlier, I think there were people that already did receive Bitcoin from Mt. Gox during the summer. So there was some repayment happening. Now it looks like that there is another full year that's required for Mt. Gox to complete all of the transfer. So, but yeah, that takes away a lot of the fear that many had that there'd be all this Bitcoin flooding the market, because a lot of these holders have Bitcoin from 9-10 years ago that was at a much cheaper price than it is now. And as soon as they get their hands on that Bitcoin, they're going to sell and make a huge profit. Because for years, they probably thought that money's gone. And as soon as they get their hands on it, they're going to sell. Book that profit. There'll be a lot of that. And that's what the fears were. And I think that's kind of why Bitcoin went down so much over the summer, was partially because of that. But now it looks like it's not all going to be coming at once. It's going to be spread out. We'll see how long that actually takes and how that plays out. They have until October 31st, 2025. October 31st, 2025. Well, I mean, to me, that pretty much says may need to be out of crypto by then, may need to be booking my profits before October 2025. Because there could be some expecting a bear market, and Mt. Gox could kick that off a year from now. So that's interesting. Keep tabs on that. We'll keep tabs on that. I'm waiting for 14-cent Doge. Elon Taxi, 30,000 seems to me rich. They don't go by taxi. So you're gonna buy a car? I'd like to buy a car using Doge when Doge like gets to $1, because think of the sort of the power of Doge there. I mean, if you bought Doge at 10 cents and then Doge goes to $1, you've got 10 times the buying power. So if you had $5,000 of Dogecoin you bought at 10 cents, Doge goes to $1, that's now $50,000 worth of Doge. You buy a new car, you didn't pay $50,000 for that car, you only paid $5,000. That's the power of Dogecoin. That's the power of Dogecoin. If Doge goes on a huge run like that, you could use your Doge, buy a car, and if Tesla is actually accepting Dogecoin directly, then that Doge isn't being sold, so it's not hurting the price. Now, if you want to buy something else, you have to sell the Dogecoin, which is not great for Doge's price. So yeah, pretty cool. Hey, Armando, welcome. The average cost per mile for Cybercab is currently 20 cents. Wow. At some point in time, though, that Cybercab's got to go somewhere and get charged up again. Unless it's one that you own, and then you got to make sure it's charged before you let it out into the world, right, as a cab. The charging still has to happen some way. I guess that's something they got to figure out, right? How that charging will work. Ryan will buy a Model 2 with Doge. To the moon, Armando. I think he was talking about the price of the Optimus bot. Elon said he expected to get it down around or less than a car. Yeah, I heard that. And he said everybody should have a little buddy, right? Everybody should have a little Optimus buddy to do things for you. I don't know. I can't think of too much I would really need an Optimus robot to do for me. I don't know. I mean, if you had an Optimus robot, what would you have it do for you? Interesting. What would you have it do for you? I'm pretty low maintenance. So, I mean, if it can do all my shopping and cook for me, that'd be cool. But it's It's not there yet. We always joke that, like, if we won the lottery, that's like one of the first things we would do is hire a chef, personal chef, to do the food shopping and cook all nice, fresh food for us. For at least like 5 days a week. And then a weekend, we'd do it ourselves because we still like to cook a little bit. But the rest of it can all be done during the week by a chef. And we were like, yeah, we would do that. Cybercab supposedly being charged through induction wirelessly. Huh. Robot guys like me will have it return home and a robot arm plug it into the charge real quick. Interesting. Yeah, get the charging thing figured out. But I mean, eventually it's just going to be continuously recharging, right? Because it's all done through, I don't know, Bluetooth or something, right? The charging all happens. You don't need to actually have something plugged in some manner. I mean, someone still has to pay for it, though. Funny how Dogecoin goes up because of the news hype and Tesla stock price goes down. I know, right? I know. Excuse me. Yeah, Tesla's stock just got hammered today. We were looking at Tesla. We looked at MicroStrategy that went up, and Tesla just dumped today. It's a 4-hour chart. We got to get back down to the. I mean, Tesla was up here at $240 yesterday, and then opened way down here at $220. Just tailed off throughout the day. It's like, what was that about? Didn't even recover. I thought it maybe when I saw pre-market it was down, it would recover back up, and it didn't. It's just pretty flat, 217. But again, it just gets shorted. It's heavily shorted, especially after a big event. Every big event that Tesla has, the stock always dumps. Could I have swung traded? Yeah, could have. I've had the Tesla stock for a while. I could have booked profit up here at 240, bought back at 220, right? Ah. Tesla fridge, air fryer compatible with Optimus. Let's go, Optimus. Humans are obsolete. No. Optimus Prime. Yeah, exactly. Be careful. Be careful what you want those robots to do, right? Tesla stock, always sell the news. And then it'll just go on a run. Like I said, it's going to be $300 a share in no time. Wireless charging. You can't go too large scale because of the EMF it makes. It could fry the electrical components. If we had Tesla towers, we wouldn't have computers. Interesting. It's all in the future. It's all in the future. If Trump wins, it's just going to be a huge pump on all markets, especially crypto. Yeah. That night of November 5th. I should be live for that, right? If I can. We'll be live. It's on a Tuesday. I don't normally live stream on Tuesdays, but for that Tuesday, a Dogecoin-centric election result night, that could be fun. Can you marry your Optimus? It'd be a little strange. It'd be a little strange. Tesla will rebound a little once Dogecoin price dips after it hits 15, 16 cents. Yeah, I should be live. That'd be fun. My little corner of YouTube, right? For those that don't want to be on the Meet Kevin channel. The guy gets annoying. A bit annoying. But he'll have like thousands and thousands of viewers. Good for him, you know. But we'll do our own thing. More Doge-centric view of the elections. You won't sleep that night? Optimus making sushi. That would be cool, right? Your Optimus could be a sushi making expert. I guess you could train him to do just about anything, right? The big Dogecoin rally will be after the election. And you'll tune in? Yeah, I will most likely do it. I just got to see what's going on that week. But most likely, I will be live. Optimus was making drinks. They had so many Optimus robots. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just saw some of the clips from this morning. It was on a little too late for me. But I was watching clips this morning. I didn't see that one. Yeah, what kind of insurance would you need, right? On your house or apartment? What if the Optimus screws up? Burns down your house? Melts your Optimus? What kind of insurance do you have on that? It's 11 p.m. in Malta. It's 5 p.m. here. So we're 6 hours behind you. We're just after 5 o'clock. It was wearing a cowboy hat. Awesome. You sure it was doing it all on its own, or was it getting help? Dogecoin is looking very good. 11.11. Let's go. Bitcoin stumbled below 63 and now recovering back up. This is very good on a Friday. It's not dumping. That's for sure. So this is looking pretty good. Let's see. MicroStrategy is still even after market. Clean Spark, just about even after market. So they're holding up. Dogecoin's going to break 14 cents soon. It's looking like it wants to, doesn't it? We look at the 4-hour chart and we're like, it's going to be up there. Got to get over this 11.5 cent resistance. I once programmed a 7-axis robot to mix drinks. I can probably do it. There's a lot of talk about the increase in the mobility of the hands that has really changed over the past year for the Optimus. It's like, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, guys, it's a Friday. I got stuff to do. I'm going to a concert tonight. If you guys know about King Crimson, we've got the 2 of the members from King Crimson have joined up with Steve Vai and Danny, what's his name? Danny Carey? I don't know, the drummer, to create the beat and they're playing King Crimson music. Going to be there live, listening to some great King Crimson tunes tonight, live in Boston here. That's going to be fun. Having a lot of fun going to concerts this fall. Saw the Electric Light Orchestra, saw 21 Pilots, and now going to see The Beat, King Crimson. A lot of cool music. So that's where I am going to be tonight. So got to get ready for that. And then we'll join you guys on Monday for my next live stream. So I hope you all have a great weekend, great evening, of course, tonight on a Friday night. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.